Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. Where guys, recently we've got so much stuff going on right now, it is literally crazy. We hooked up the St. Ives Island with a hovercraft which is bringing passengers to and from, which now pretty much hooks up also Beerley to Leek and over to Bexley, which connects to the rest of the line. So these towns are now starting to go on a big boom. If I check the charts, then they're going through the roof. Both of them are, because we now have the passengers and they're also connected to the outside world, which is, I mean, these guys are loving it. That's all I can say right now. They're freaking loving it right now. And so we St. Ives, now that's kind of having that little bit of a growth spurt. He's starting to go really, really good. If I check the charts on this, steady incline. That's what I like to see. Now, St. Ives needs kind of like the box thing, which is that goods? Hold on, where is it? Goods? Is it goods? Yeah, that's the correct term, goods. Needs the construction materials as well to kind of make that grow. But it's kind of a few places that kind of need that stuff. And that's kind of what I want to try and do today, is trying to get some more industries rocking and rolling. Now, someone suggested that I get some passenger plane lines in where I create one of the cities to be our big kind of passenger hub. Now, when you look at it as an overview, Market Drayton is our biggest town. Now, what I could do is, like, if I went, I mean, I don't want a small one, you want a kind of a large one. I could kind of destroy all the buildings on this side and kind of terraform it a little bit better than what it currently is. And then I could get a big airport there and then have a few little smaller airports dotted around and kind of create that as the main hub for the airport planes. What do you guys think about that idea? Let me know in the comment section down below, because we've got a lot of towns that are currently not hooked up to anything like that, so that'd be quite fun to kind of get that up and running. So today I want to look at doing stuff like this then. So I know St. Ives needs the kind of the goods and the construction materials. We've got a goods plant over there. How many of those do I have? Let me find it right now. Product, shipment, requirements, product. Okay, which one is it that I need? Let me just kind of put it in order. How many do I have? Okay, we've got 2 of them. So you got one near Stockton, which all the way up here, right? Okay, one's all the way up there, and my second one's down here. So we have 2 in total, right? So we need to bring plastics and steel over there. Now we have a steel plant over here, and how overworked is this? I mean, it could do a lot better. It has a lot of steel stored, apparently. That's making machines. Sorry, that's not producing steel. That's producing the steel, which could do with a nice little expansion. Okay, I've got some ideas for this. So I could pick up steel and the plastic and bring it down to here in a new train line. See, that could work. How much is being stored over there? Now, the negative thing about this is it needs more of the iron ore. Now, where is the train? The train's now on its way. So I'm thinking, would I need to eventually split this into 2 trains to constantly feed this the goods? It's a tough one, isn't it? But it's one of those things. We're now about to get the ore, so we can't be that bad, really. But I think that's what we need to do anyway. But before I do that, we need to take a look at this. Is this going to be producing enough goods? I think I need to set up a better loop system with these trains here, bringing the oil down. We also have another plastic plant just there, which we can pretty much use maybe if we go and place it that side, because we've got goods over there. Holy moly, hold on guys, hold on. We can also do that one too to kind of create the goods. Oh man, this could go either way. It's like, which one do I go for, boys? Which one do I go for? That I can ship the goods down to here. Who else needs the goods? Thompson needs the goods. Wokerman needs the goods there. Right, we'll work with this one first anyway then. So, let's get a train station up and running. So I need the packages. We're going to go for a large one so we can get the large train coming in. Hot and heavy. There we go. Put it far back as possible, you reckon, or there? No, we'll just drop it there. Okay, so there we go with that. This also needs a thingy, but it's one of the things. I might as well redo this whole line here, won't I? That'll be the better option. So if I just kind of delete all this. Now, what is that current line? We have 2 lines currently here. We have this one. Is that from Ilminster? Yeah. Which, let me get the vehicles, because I'm going to redo it to 1 line. Make it a lot more efficient. And we've had these vehicles for such a long time. We're now finally going to sell them. Goodbye. And then I can delete the line. And then we have the oil import. Is that one there? So where are you, oil import 1? Where's my sell button? There it is. Sell you. Delete the line. And then we're going to redo all this. So, I'm going to delete that for now. Delete all this. Delete that station. Delete back a bit because I'm not sure how far we're going to bring it out. Why can't I delete anymore? What's going on? Oh, autosave. There we go. Same thing that's going to happen over here. Now, we have this in two lines going back and forth. We kind of don't need that no more because we can set it up in a really, really simple loop system. So I'm going to delete you as well. There we go. So that will go down to there. I just need to delete that outer one. And we're going to have to upgrade the line as well to a high-speed one. Possibly electric. We'll just see how cheap it would be. And then we're going to we're going to put a bunch of signals down. Oh, I just realised something. I kind of do need 2 lines for when they come back up on this way. Right, okay, right. Let me just kill it off there. Right, saves me a bit of time. Right, you might be going, Seniac, what are you doing? You sound really confusing right now. Trust me, in my head, this is going to work out perfect. Right, let's just delete to there. And let's just get a new train station. And we only need 1 platform. So we get a really big long one, so that means you can place more goods on this platform. This one we're going to need 2 tracks. So just spin that slightly. I'll spin it a little bit more at an angle. Because obviously we're going to have to come straight from there to there and then off we go. So that's going to be quite a tight squeeze, that one is. It's going to be a very tight squeeze. Because you've got to get both sets of goods down that way. But that should be fine. So tracks, we want the high-speed track. So we'll use this one on the inner side one. Yeah. And then that would connect to there. This is going to connect down here like that. And bring it right to there. And then we merge it in. Right, so we're going to have to set up a really good system, but it will be really, really easy to do this well. So that's to there. That's to there. And then we bring that in. I got so much track I need to upgrade. Oh, that's all good. I'll delete these signals. So, because these are not connected together, only them 2 are kind of connected together, it allows these ones to run more freely. Which is good, but they still need to be merged into one. But let me just delete all this, because I don't know how long the station's going to be. So we'll just delete to there. It's more easier to work with. Right, spin that round. I'll push this as far back as I can to about here, which is all good. Just put it into play mode, because we're speeding way too fast right now. And, oh, I didn't really need to do... Oh, actually, you know what? We'll keep it to... So I'm going to merge that in anyway. I'll keep it to 2 platforms because we do have the ability to bring the oil over to the other plastic factory. So I might as well just keep that on there. So with that all set up then, that'll be a simple little loop that I can create. So you want to go from here to here to here and it will take you back again. But it won't work exactly like that, because to have multiple trains on this, we need to add in those signals. So, not buildings, where's it gone? Tracks, tools, signals, there we go, signal path. So, think of it, they're leaving this station, and before a train can come in, it would have to wait there, basically. Can't go any further until it waits there. Now, we might have multiple trains coming down this line. So if I do a signal every so often, it will allow the train. So if there's one pretty much waiting here, it means the next train can come all the way to the signal before it and wait. So it will allow the trains to keep moving and pushing forward. Now I'm going to do this, I have to do this on the other side, but I'm kind of going backwards on myself. There's Ilminster. Right, I just want to try and get as much of this in as quick as possible. There we go, to there. And then this one here, you'd stop there. Oh, undo that one. That's in the wrong place. It won't work if I do it that way. Right, gotta do this now backwards. So trains can keep them moving. And then that merges into one. Put a signal right there before it. So if there's a train in the station, it stops there and waits until that one's come out and then gone. And then we just got to do a load more on the way back. And then I've got to upgrade all of this train track, because this was, I don't know if you guys can remember, but this is the first train track we added in into this series, into this game. So just think about that for a second. How old this is and how old those original trains were on this. Right, I'm just kind of dotting them around because your boy don't even care no more. Right, sweet mate. Okay, we'll go with that. That's all good. So many signals down right now. So we got to upgrade that rail to high speed, which won't be that difficult. Upgrade the stations, because apparently I didn't add it to the stations. Right, and we'll get this loop on the go first before we add in the other one. There we go. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay then, so let's sort this out then. So in Ilminster, you're getting a full load and you're picking up just crude oil. In Drewsbury, do what you want, but what you're doing there is you're unloading the crude oil and then loading oil. In Topsom, what you're doing there then is you're unloading the oil. So once that's done, then they then go all the way back to do that loop again. As simple as that. And then we'll create another line that picks up steel, then picks up plastic, and then takes it all the way down to here to produce goods that we can ship into Topsom if we wanted. Yeah. Okay, right, and other places obviously. So now then we got to create the trains. So buy vehicles. So it's one thing, do I go electric or diesel? What's the running costs a year? 3.2, 2.7, 5 million versus... Okay, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? To have diesel. In terms of running costs. It's not really going near any towns. I mean, it clips a little bit at Ilminster, but it's kind of out the way where we won't ruin it. So we go view. Cargo then. We'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Do you reckon that will be enough? Might do. So if I get 4 of these, there we go. And if I go fast forward now, I put the first one on the line, so that now choo-choo's out of here. And should I do them all at the same time, or do you reckon that's a little bit too much? I mean, I could do, couldn't I? Yeah. Because it's only got to wait for the full load. Well, that's going to cause issues, actually. Yeah, so that waits there until this one passes. Because it's got to go down that route. Unless... I got a frog in my throat. What's going on? Unless I... kind of... did that. There we go. You'll push it to the other side of the tracks a little bit easier. And then I don't think the other one has got enough room to come out. So that one's not going to go past. So the signals are working beautifully. That one will now go in. When that passes, that one will come out and wait there. And then the fourth one will wait there like that one just has. There we go. Glorious, mate. And then I can add more trains to it if I need to. But the reason I've gone for smaller trains is we can have a little more consistent flow of revenue coming in. So how much would this make? Because you might be thinking, oh, it's only got like 5 carriages of the tankers on. But it's still 100 capacity. And how much does this give us when it drops it off? Hold on. How much did it give us? Over 3 million. It didn't even pop up, or I didn't even see it. Because of the freaking autosave, boys. Well, that one has to start producing the oil and be able to ship it back. So we got our next train on the go. Yeah, that's now passing through. And they're beautifully staggered as well, so we shouldn't have many issues with it, to be honest. Alright, that's pretty cool. And that dropped a couple off there, got 34,000. So we just let that loop do its, well, it's got to do a few times, and then we Gucci boys. So then this one. This is now going to be a huge pain. So I'm thinking that we condense it into 2 separate lines, because I've got to get one to kind of pass through. Unless I do what I've just done there and create and use signals. But it really never has enough ore, does it? To be honest with you. Let's just be honest. It never really does. And it'll make, that particular train a little bit lighter. So yeah, I'm going to have to ruin the whole ecosystem right now to to condense this into 2 lanes. So, right, first things first then. We'll use this line. Let me cancel that and let's start there. To go here. And we push that in. So by doing that then, what I can then set up is, what is that? What would that line be called? Is it called, is it this one? Yeah. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Coal iron import. So it goes from, it's Dewsbury South, that one, kill that one off, and that. So it's Topsum, exchange to Annex. There we go, so it's just doing the coal. Now can we take a few carriages off that as well to make it a little bit lighter? So by fine tuning that one, I can now delete this little bit extra. And then we can have a... Oh wait, no, that did need to be moved over by 1 because I forgot about that line. Right, there we go. So then this could pretty much come up here. I should have left it as it is. And which side does it need to be on again? This side there. Right, so before I go any further with that then, I need to get an ore line linking up. Just go to and from there. And then we need a train on it. Do you ever look at something and think to yourself, like, what am I doing? I don't even know. Right, there we go. We'll get there in the end, boys. So, one there. Oh. I'm trying to get these all hooked up to this, so it can come straight out of there and go where it needs to go. So this train itself here, let me manage that vehicle and sell it. And we can create 2 identical trains. So, cargo, we need this one. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100. 100's fine. That's all we need to do there. So the first one, the first one can go on our line there, and this one can go on our coal line there. And then we're pretty much back up and running with this. And we've got smaller trains so they can bring smaller loads more frequently. And we can just do what we've got to do. So with that said, I need to then run a train all the way down to here. So do I allow it to naturally do the bridges and tunnels and all that kind of jazz? I think so. Where have we got to run it to? Up here, haven't I? Alright, if I just bring it to about here, that should be fine. There we go. You got it to merge. Get it to merge into that one. There really is something stuck in my throat. What's going on, boy? What's going on? So what we'll do then is we'll start here to go to there, and then end here. But it needs a connecting. Oh yeah, it needs a connecting line there, doesn't it? To be able to be pumped back in. And that works wonderful. So I haven't given any of these new lines names or anything like that. And that just made 1.2 million for dropping off the goods. Off it goes back again. So it might be that I need to add in a few more wagons onto that. It looks like it's producing through it a lot quicker. But we'll let it do what it's got to do. Right, okay, so let's get a new train and buy vehicles. No, before we do that, let me just tell this what it's got to do. So, I'll let it do any loads, it doesn't really matter. But we load up steel on this one. Topsum, is that the Topsum one there? Yeah. We are loading up plastic. And then here, we unload the plastic and the steel. Okay, so now I've got to try and create a train that does both. So steel here, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Plastic, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. How good that's going to be, I don't know. We'll find out. So that goes on our brand new line, which is technically called line 3 at the minute. But that should do pretty well. We should start to see it load steel, yeah, on that platform there, where it picks it up from. Nice. And then that will increase the shipment as well. So hopefully it starts producing more. Which could mean I need to up the antics over here. How much is that out of on board? 92. So it's still not quite the gazillion that we need, but we're getting it frequent enough that it should be okay. I might have to implement another line to bring more goods over, because I can bring a bulk of it from these two sides. More goods over there if it needs it. It's more just the ore, isn't it, to be honest with you. Then we got a steel plant here as well that I could hook up. So I could have it all passing the goods over there, and then dropping the steel there, which goes in the various directions. Oh man, I got so many possibilities to what I could do with this. But anyway, while it's doing it, it's feeding the stuff over there, which drops the goods off. Then I need to create something that brings the goods somewhere else. Now, what I was originally going to do was drop the goods off at, say, Market Drayton. And then it would be taken back on the train. It would have to stop off at Topsum. This train here. Now the finances are touch and go, so if I did that, I'd have to create another stop. Because at the minute it just passes through that machine one. Oh, there we go. So it gets to upper Topsum, then it goes to the Topsum Anuk, and then goes back to the beginning. So if I killed up the Topsum Anuk there, added it to Topsum there, then there, and then we get a better idea of what it's then going to be doing. But it means it could then pick up the goods, and I believe, let me check that train out. Forget to manage the vehicle. Let me replace it. Let's have a quick look. It's got, there we go. For what, when it brings the machinery, is it machinery back or the, no it doesn't, what is it? No, it's moving the, yeah, when it moves the machinery, it's also the same thing that can move goods. So I'll get money from taking the goods from here to Market Drayton, but then it means there's more loaded on that train to take it to Topsum. So it's just one way of me trying to make that train line more money by not having the goods go direct, but go this way. So they would, if I built something here, I go up here, there, down, and in. Okay, because we already have a little drop-off stop for what we do with the steel. So I'm gonna have to upgrade this road a little bit more to make it a little bit more higher capacity. There we go. So apparently that's not possible. Okay, I'll go for a single version instead. Right, that should work out pretty well for us. Keep the traffic flowing a little bit more. Right, jazzy boys, jazzy. So that will start producing them, and we'll do this via vehicles. So buildings, cargo. Get it just planted just right. So then I gotta rename all these routes, and we'll do it a little bit later anyway. I'm gonna need to worry about it just at the moment. Right, I've got to set what it's got to do because I'm just thinking then it's gonna bring back stuff that I don't want. So unload there. We'll make it do a full load here of goods. Nice. Okay. My nearest vehicle depot is just here. Buy a vehicle. Does all cargo. Okay, should we do 2 for now? We'll do 2 for now on my new line, 4. And let me just configure this as well. So which side is it placing the goods on? Oh, wait. It won't work, right? Because we haven't told that line what it needs to do, that machine line. So when it gets to Market Drayton, we've got to allow it to load up the goods. And then when it gets to Topsum Branch, to unload the goods. There we go. So then we should start to see, where is it? Stuff, is that truck now being loaded? Yeah, that truck's now being loaded. There we go. See, we're slowly getting there. And then when these trucks, when both trucks are on their way to drop the goods off, this then should then start just generally filling back up. But I want to get as much as this in so we can store as much as possible. Not saying that we're going to use it all, but you never know. Right, when's the train coming back? It's on the way right now. How filled up is it? So yeah, it actually got quite a bit on, to be honest with you. How's this doing? The ore's now coming in. So that can get back to producing. So I feel like we just need more over there. But I can create a whole nother system over here. And bring the steel over and drop it off there instead. See, that will work out a lot better. That will work out a lot better. Right, okay. So that's good then. We've got that line up and running. So let's rename these brand new lines that I've just now kind of created. So this is now our crude oil, loop. Just give it a name so I kind of understand it. This is our iron. I can't even spell it. Iron import. That is now our goods loop. There we go. That's our goods import. And that handles those lines for now. So it'll take some time before we start to see any of them turn a profit, if they are turning a profit just yet. But that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this does, how much money this actually makes when it drops the goods. Let me check the finances. So it made money on the previous year. So if it's doing one drop off a year, then it should make money, because this should now be a higher one as it slowly started to build it all up. Right, here it is, and boys, so we can see how much money that makes. 4.5 million. What? Right, that's good. That's healthy. That's a healthy profit right there. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. This loop right now. So this won't make money just yet, because now it's only really getting its first full set of loads. So that is now filled to the brim and off it goes, which would make the machines line at the minute more money when that takes goods back. Right, this is exciting, to say the least. This is very exciting. How much steel's over here? Alright, let's bring in the coal over as well. So you kind of have the same problem with this one, is that you just can't get enough. It's like the rule is you need 2 of each to be able to keep up with the demand and production. So we kind of know that now. Because what we could do is have a back and forth with these two. Oh, do you know what? That would be so much better and easier. Right. Just thought of something, guys. Because it'll give time. Right, it'll give time for these two here to regenerate the goods. Probably don't know what I'm on about, but I'll show you right now. So, buildings, cargo. Just want one long one. Right, that would work there. And that works there. Right, trust me, this is going to be glorious. Right, this passes through like that. Okay, so that is the coal. Ooh, which they need to be flipped over. Right, okay, let me do that again. we got loads of money anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we waste some money. I got 5 billion in the bank. Do you know what? Let me just delete this. I'm trying to do it quick and cheap when I shouldn't really be going down that route, should I? Oh, this is the most annoying one to delete, all this little crap. Right. Delete that road. Delete this road. So I gotta remember the ore needs to be on the outer skirt. So rail buildings will do a 2-laned track one here. And then we do a 1 lane here. So on the inner line there, let's delete that there. Might as well delete all this and just do new ones. Yeah, so on that inner line, well, we'll consider the inner line just there. It goes all the way to our ore. This, iron, sorry. This is now our coal. Oh, I'm trying to get that to connect next to it. Which would pass all the way through to there. Then all we got to do then is get those new lines. So we start with the coal. No. It's this one here. So it goes Topsum Anuk to exchange to here. So Topsum Anuk to exchange back to there. No. What's going on? I've just messed this up, haven't I? Right. Topsum Anuk to here, to there, to here. So full load there, full load there. Unload there. There we go. So the rest is self-explanatory. So then we need to do the same with the iron one, which is this one. Oh, I keep pressing WASD when I'm selected on it. So Drewsbury South to Topsum there, to here, back to Topsum. And that does the same. So every time he gets a Topsum exchange, it unloads... Oh, it unloads iron this time. Make sure we get that right. And then we want full loads in Epworth and Drewsbury South. So the reason it will go back down to here, rather than adding another train on, is because it gives it time for these to build up enough on their platform. So they'll get a full load there, drop it off. And by the time they go back, there's not a full load regenerated. So instead, they'll go down to here, get a full load. And by the time they've dropped that off to there, that's got a full load. And when they go and get that one, this one then has a full load as well. It will take some time for these two here to kind of get up and running, because we need them to pass through a little bit more. Which might then, in theory, make us have to then upgrade the trains that go to and from those. That's what should happen with those. That's already getting more there waiting for it, which is quite exciting. So what lines are losing us the most amount of money at this point? I didn't know we could move that like this. So I can see one already. It's the goods loop. And we'll figure it out in just a moment. Oh no, okay. I think we just viewed it at a weird time. So everything is making us money at the moment, which is a good sign. We're not losing money on anything. But some stuff we will lose. It just depends on what time of the year that you look at it. There's that goods loop. It's now like 2 million in profit. So that's all good news for us. Wow, the amount of stuff that we've got going on and the complexity. We're making the monies, boys. We're making the monies. Right. Is this the goods truck? Yeah. How much does that get for dropping it off? 374,000, boys. Yes. And when is there a train on the way? That's the passenger train. We've got a lot of machinery waiting there, haven't we? Where is that train anyway? Is it time that we kind of replace it? What's on it? It's got the green one. Or at least edit it. Cargo. So that's for the steel. This is for the machines, isn't it? Add in a couple of extra box cars. And there we go. 2 extra on there, because it's more machines and more goods bringing back, isn't it, really? But it does make it really long. It does make it really long. Well, it would drop off the goods now. What's the finances like on it now, then? So it's a little bit high in the last 2 previous years, seeing as we're now bringing goods back. 1.6 million income there. That will load a load of goods up now. And there's box carts, which is pretty much now give us 200 machinery, which will get dropped off over here. And it will take back then a bunch of steel and goods, which is exciting. Here it is now. So let's see how much it makes then on this part. So 3.1 million. This is where it now starts to make its money, because then it goes back with a load of steel and a load of goods as well. So that will make 2 journeys. Stopping there and then stopping at Topsum, which obviously then grows Topsum slightly, doesn't it? Because it gets its goods it needs. So I'm just interested to see this. Where are we now? It's coming down. So drop it off. 2.4 million. There we go. There we go. Now drop off the goods here. So it's not a lot of goods, but this is a stop that it would have never normally have made. So now we get in whatever it gets now. Probably like 100,000 maybe at best. Oh, 500,000. Okay, that's an extra 500,000 we was never getting before. So that puts our finances right up. And then it will go and get a nice big chunk of coal and then take that back as well. So let's see this one come back in. I'm just intrigued to see how much we actually make off this. So I don't know if this will go into the next financial year. But that loads up a lot of stuff. And then takes that over here. So I'm hoping it gets there before that financial year over here ends. Because they're really on slow speed, so I don't know when it actually does end. So that will then drop off the goods. Another 1.2 million. And it ends the financial year with money. That's good. So now then, these, how much is waiting over on this station? There's quite a bit. I need to upgrade both of those vehicles, these trains. So this one now, managed vehicle. And we're just going to have to edit it to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give it a 240 capacity. Yeah, no. We'll give it a 200 capacity, so we're pretty much doubling it. So that one's done. Edit this, give it a 200, because I don't want to do too much, because then they'll be waiting too long. 200 capacity. So I can drop off more goods to the steel mill. So it's normally it's the iron that we kind of slacken a bit, because it brings the other train, the machines train, brings coal over, so it just kind of throws us all off. But let's make it. Look at that, 2.4 million. Holy moly, that was good. That was real good. So this should bring a load back now, then a 200 load, and then keep going. So yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad then. So any lines now losing money? No. Even the little bus routes are making money as well. That's kind of cool. That's kind of real cool right now. So how's Topsum's growth been since we've now... Yeah, it's gone up slightly. Now we've added in, you know, the goods, so to speak. Is that got any goods now dropping off? Yeah, you can tell from this truck here. You get 300,000 a pop, man. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. How much is waiting over here? Yeah, a nice healthy amount that we can use. How's that doing on finances? That kills it as well, man. That's really good. But this one, and the machines one, should technically make more money if this steel mill produces more. And this can only produce more if these... the trains bringing the coal and the iron are bringing more to it. So that's how that produces more. So it's out of iron, but it's bringing the iron back right now. It's on the way. But we'll get to a point where we'll be on top of the iron. How much is over here now? See, 400. I might actually up this iron one a bit more. .300 capacity. There we go. We're going to see how that goes. It looks like it's able to handle it. How's that one doing? That station. So there's 300 waiting for it now. So that could go back now. But it can't yet because it's going a different way. So that's just dropped off a load of goods. This will now pick up 300. I just want to see once it picks up 300 and brings it back, how much is going to be left in storage. So that's now on the way back. Obviously it'll go down to 0, but I want to see by how much it goes in 0 to kind of calculate a 300 load. So we're not far off. So on the way back then, that should still have iron. So that'll have a knock-on effect for the other line. That's pretty good. So how much would this make then? Like a load of 300? You ready? Bam, 4. That's got to be one of our most profitable lines now. That iron import is our third most profitable line, which is only going to make even more money as it continues to do the rest of the full year with like 300. That CO fuel line, that brand new orange one that we set up. No, that's the pink one, isn't it? That's this one, the CO loop. That fuel line makes us some serious cash. Where's that one? It's this one here, isn't it? Which goes all the way down to there. Holy moly, does that make us some serious cash. Right, keeping my eye on this anyway. This will now be on the way back shortly. Which the production is now ramped up because obviously it can produce more for a lot longer. But that'll go down to 0 at this point. But when it goes back to there and back to here, there should be plenty left over. So just wait for that to happen. It's on the way over right now. They're racing together, boys. They're racing together. Who is going to win? The bigger train's going to take over because it's been going a lot longer. So it's at a higher speed. But here they both come in. 7.3 million for that load. That's got to put it right at the top right now, hasn't it? Come on. The second most profitable one. Right, this is the interesting one now then. When it picks up a full load here of 400. I want to know how much it's left when it takes it back. It's all loaded up, good to go. A lot of steel lying around now, isn't there? Right, here it comes. So we're looking at just, well, under 100. Maybe about 60 by the time it gets in. Yeah, 60. I was very close to that, wasn't I? So, yeah. That's going to keep it ramping up. I feel like I want to add more to it. Because it can handle it. Oh no, I don't want to configure that. Manage the train. $360. Right, it's got capacity for 400. I think that's as far as I'm going to push it. How much is waiting over here for it now? 400. Yeah, that's probably the max I can now take from this. That is definitely going to be the max I can take from it. So I think I'll leave it like that now. How much is waiting over in this one? 280. Are they set on to full loads, aren't they? So I'm not too sure how much of a negative effect that will have on us. No, look at that. It's at 300 already. That'll have 400 by the time that gets up there. What am I worried about? Nothing. Right, that's got 60 remaining. We should clear out by the time that comes, but it's bringing 400 back this time. That's the difference. That's the difference there, boys. Alright, time it gets here. Cleared out. nine something million there. That's got to now make us the most profitable line. Iron input 40 million. No, we're close though. We're close. Right, okay. That's good. We've kind of fine-tuned all that. We're working wonders right now. That will just continue to go up and up and up. As it produces more, it will technically ship more. So that will slowly go on the climb, which would be good to see for us. Because it's not fully taking full loads of steel. So that shipment is not fully 100% just yet. How is these guys? Got the oil coming in there. Got multiple trains on the run. We all good, boys? We all good? There's no other oil lying around, is there? We can drop off. Nah, so I think that is probably as good as you're really going to get it, isn't it? So it's the goods loop you're kind of paying attention to. You're keeping an eye on that. Is that now on its way back? Yeah. Because you kind of had the capacity to have, was it 80 on board? Yeah, potentially to have up to 80. There's 56 currently waiting there. So that'll take it all. And the consumptions are like, the production and all that stuff is really, really high. And then what's he pick up from this one then? Potential to have 80 on this one as well. I don't think there's the full 80 there, no. So even with the low numbers that it is taking, it's doing a pretty good job. We've got build up on aisle 3 right now. We're getting the food from over here. Is that causing backups and issues over there? Not at the moment, but again, that's other stuff that we kind of got to look at, isn't it? Because it gets a little bit tasty. But guys, I think we're going to end it for here anyway then. So, Topsum, are you still growing, boy? You're still growing? Yes, you are. Let me know what you guys think about the plane situation for Market Drayton. That'd be really, really interesting to see what we could potentially do with that and whatnot. But, guys, it's looking pretty damn good. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.